everybody, Coach Maddie here. If you are looking for quick and easy weight loss tips, you are in the right place. Today I am going to talk about the top 10 foods that you should avoid if you want your weight loss to run smoothly. So food number one to avoid is oils. I personally hate cooking with oil. It's not this horrible thing, it's not super unhealthy. In fact, there are some nutrients in it. However, I do not believe that you can't get those nutrients from somewhere else for less calories. So what I do is I cook all my foods and I bake and grease with 0-calorie cooking spray instead of using oil. On top of oil being calorie dense, I also find that it doesn't keep me very full. So not only are you wasting your calories, you're also gonna be more likely to wanna eat more after using it anyway. So 0-calorie cooking spray replaces oil. And that's a super simple switch that you can do. Just get a 0-calorie cooking spray, or like even Pam spray is like 4 calories. It's gonna decrease your oil usage. It's gonna cut down your calorie usage without really even trying, which is a super awesome, easy thing you can do immediately. Second item that you should be avoiding if you're trying to lose weight is granola bars. Now, I have eaten my fair share of granola bars throughout my day. I love the mini chocolate chips. I love the layer of caramel. I love the chocolate coated ones. But for some reason, they've been advertised as like the healthier alternative, right? Have a granola bar instead of a chocolate bar. Well, calorie-wise, they're pretty much the same thing. There is not much nutrients in a granola bar. They tend to be on the smaller side, and they're not very filling, and you usually don't ever just have one. So I would rather you have a protein bar, still gonna get a little bit of sugar from the protein bar, but at least you're getting a higher protein content, which is gonna help speed up your metabolism. It's gonna keep you satiated for longer, which will stop you from overeating later. So a lot more benefits than just a regular granola bar. I would just ditch them completely. They're not gonna keep you full. They're not gonna give you special nutrients. Just not worth it in my opinion. Food number 3 is crackers. Now, crackers are kind of along the same lines as granola bars. They are just not worth it in my opinion. They don't have the best ingredients in them. They are also calorically dense, especially with how some of them can be cooked and what ingredients they're used with. And you know, there are other ways that you can get that crunchy, salty fix, which would why you'd want a cracker in the first place. You can get lower calorie crackers if you can find them. You can get fresh veggies will give you the crunch. You can make homemade kale chips or homemade Brussels sprout chips. Crackers, again, they're not gonna fill you up. You know, I've had countless times where I'm mindlessly eating crackers, watching TV, and before I knew it, my hand hit the bottom of the box and I finished the whole box and I was not full one bit. So stay away from crackers. Next food I wanna talk about, number 4, is baked goods, okay? If you're like me and love baking, that's awesome. I'm not saying you have to give that passion up. In fact, I used to think I was gonna be a chef or a baker. I loved it so much. But what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to set limits around your baking. Nobody in the house needs baked goods on a daily basis or even a weekly basis. So whether you're baking them or you're just buying them and bringing them in, they should only be in the house for special occasions, so birthdays and things like that. If you are personally someone who loves baking or someone in your house loves baking, what you should be doing is setting limits to that, meaning, you know, when am I baking? How much am I baking? What am I doing with the leftovers? When is it gonna be out of the house? Do I have to freeze it? So put some limitations around your actual manual baking. And then if you are someone who buys baked goods, I would say just cut it out altogether. You know, the croissants, the danishes, the cookies, you know, that section in the grocery store, just stay away from it. You know, nobody died because they didn't have a Danish this morning, right? It's just, these things don't fill us up. They are full of calories. There are much tastier options, there really, really are, that are gonna fill you up more, right? A Danish is like 500 calories when you can have a huge, delicious, creamy, and even chocolatey bowl of oatmeal. Like, there's lots of healthier options than just these baked goods, and nobody needs baked goods in the house. No, like, kids don't need a muffin for breakfast. You don't need a muffin for breakfast. There's much better, just as fast options. You just gotta put a little time into figuring out what exactly would replace it for you. So put limits if you're a baker, and or stop bringing it into the house in general. Not worth it, in my opinion. So number 5 of the foods that you should be avoiding, I would say, would be sauces. All right, sauces are one of those things that they're just full of hidden things, hidden ingredients, hidden calories that we didn't even know about. So I am a sauce girl. I love sauce and everything. I hate eating things dry. That's just me. So over the years, I've had to learn healthy substitutes. So instead of guacamole, I'll use salsa, because guacamole is avocado, and avocado is high in fat, which means high in calories. Still healthy, but we want to choose lower calorie options if we're trying to lose weight. So salsa instead of guacamole, Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. If you're a sauce person, you got to learn how to healthy substitute your sauces. And what I've also learned is I used to experiment and stuff. So I'd go to fast food places and get burritos, quesadillas, tacos, things like that. And I'd start to omit some things. I took out the guacamole, didn't know a difference in flavor. I took out the sour cream, didn't notice the difference in flavor. So there's actually places where you can omit your sauces and you won't even miss them. You won't even know a difference, right? And there's seasonings and there's dry rubs and there's healthier marinade options than covering everything in sauce. Really, the only thing that should be covered in sauce is your pasta. Right? So other than that, limit your sauces. When you are picking sauces, try to pick lower calorie sauces and or sauces with the ingredients list that they don't have a ton of stuff. Okay, so you want to stay with like less than 6 ingredients in their sauce, which is still even pushing it. Food number 6 to avoid is kids' prepackaged snacks. Now I know they are tempting, I know they are convenient, but let me tell you, we never usually just eat one, right? These things like, Bear Paws, Chips Ahoy packages, fruit roll-ups, fruit gushers, like that, those kinds of things, again, like no nutrients, too many calories most of the time, and they're such small portions, they don't fill you up. Let's be real. It's just like on Halloween when you give out the little chocolate bars and you start eating the chocolate bars because you convince yourself they're little. It's a better option than a full chocolate bar. Well, then by the end of the night, you've had like 5 chocolate bars worth of those little mini chocolate bars, so you might as well have had the big one in the first place, right? Same idea with kids' snacks. We don't ever just have one Jell-O, one pudding, one Bear Paw. We end up eating all of them and we steal our kids' snacks and we're still hungry and we've spiked our insulin, so now we're going to be more likely to crave some more things. So they're just not good all around. Some of them are okay. I'm not hating on all of them, but for the most part, as an adult, you do not need these kids' prepackaged snacks. Even the kids don't need these prepackaged snacks, but that is a whole other video. Food number 7, okay? Juice. I personally hate drinking my calories. I absolutely hate it. It has not satisfied me. I don't get to chew anything and I feel full 10 minutes later. So I hate drinking my calories. I only drink 0-calorie drinks besides my protein shakes. So I drink water, sparkling water, flavored water, water with fruit in it, water with cucumber in it, water with Crystal Light or Mayo squeezes in it, black tea, black coffee, sugar-free iced tea. Like I only drink 0-calorie things. Even diet soda is okay occasionally. But I only drink those 0-calorie things because don't waste your calories, right? Think of your calories as money in the bank. Just be careful how you spend them. Spend them wisely, right? You don't want to spend them on things that aren't going to do the job. You want more bang for your buck, and juice is not it, right? Now, if you're in a household or you're personally someone who's like, juice is a non-negotiable for me, then what you're going to want to do is you want to go for cold pressed juice. Those are hitting it off. They're in a lot of grocery stores. Cold pressed juice, freshly squeezed juices. Juices not from concentrate is where you want to go. But in my opinion, you should just avoid them altogether. There are lots more ways to drink sweet things without wasting all this sugar, spiking your insulin, making you crash, making you more susceptible to cravings when you do that. And then when you have things like this, you're more likely to be in a weaker position when you are around temptation, right? If we're talking about willpower only works if you're in a strong position. But if you've weakened yourself all day long, if you've had to say no all day long, or you've been having sugar crashes all day long, whether you know it or not, you're going to be really weak at the end of the night. And if you're someone who just snacks late at night because they're bored or they're emotional eating or they're stress eating, juice is one of the things you can cut out. Pop is one of the things you can cut out, right? Things that aren't 0 calories. So food number 8 that you should avoid is fast food, okay? Now, the only reason we generally eat fast food or we end up in a drive-thru is because we are tired, there's no food at home, or we're in a rush, right? That's usually why. Because no one would ever voluntarily, well, most people I know, me personally, I wouldn't choose a Big Mac over a beautiful, juicy, barbecued hamburger waiting for me at home. Like, I wouldn't do that, right? And hopefully you wouldn't either. The nice, fresh burger sounds more appealing than the squished Big Mac. So what ends up happening here is you have to put some real energy and attention into becoming better at meal prepping. So whether it's having more food ready and prepared all the time or learning how to cook better tasty food, you need to put real energy and attention into fostering that skill, because it's a skill. The only reason you don't like it is because you're not good at it. And the only reason you're not good at it is because you don't practice it enough. So you have to put some effort into learning the skill of meal prep so that it becomes, as simple and automatic as brushing your teeth. And that way, the food you have at home is more appealing than fast food. And it's just as fast food would be, because fast food is, we all know it's pretty garbage, right? There's not much nutrients. It's not even the tastiest thing. There can be much more tasty homemade food options. And again, it's not something that really fills us up. What fills us up is usually the extra large side of fries and extra large pop we get with it, which are definitely not helping our weight loss journey. Next food item number 9 that you should be avoiding if you're trying to lose weight would be canned fruit and syrup. And the reason I say this is because a lot of people will buy canned fruit because it lasts longer, it's pre-cut, it's pre-peeled, so it's really usually much more convenient to use. But I would really pay attention to looking for ones that are stored in water and not syrup, right? Because the syrup, again, it's counteracting the nutrients you're gonna get from the fruit. It's just not needed. It's extra sugar. Fruit is already sugar, so you're gonna get extra sugar, spiking each other, throwing off your appetite, throwing off your hormones. You get further away from learning your hunger cues when you have too much sugar. And again, it's just something that you probably don't need because you're already struggling with controlling yourself, cravings, appetite regulation, all that stuff. So canned fruit and syrup, stay away from it. Look for stuff that's stored in water, or you can even switch to frozen stuff. Frozen fruit is easy, it's peeled, it's pre-cut, and it's also gonna preserve itself for a longer shelf life than if you were to just get fresh. Now, number 10 of the foods that I would avoid, and this isn't really a food, it's just like an area that would really be helpful. Whenever you go grocery shopping, there is always an aisle in the grocery store that is the danger aisle. It is usually the ones with the chips, the chocolates, the pops, and the candies. We all know it. You can picture it right now. You can see exactly where it is, and you know exactly where your favorite foods are in that aisle, right? That is an entire aisle that you should avoid, right? Now, does it mean that you need to cut out this junk foods and your favorite foods forever? No. But it needs to be pre-planned. You can't go shopping and impulse buy this stuff. You can't stock up on this stuff because you might need it or your husband might like it sometime in the week. Do not bring it in the house unless somebody specifically asks for it. Grab a lesser portion than possible and make sure it's out of the house by X time. The person you're buying it for knows it has to be out of the house by Friday or something like that. So just don't buy it, only get it when somebody's asking for it. And guess what? Now that you know this, just avoid the aisle. Just avoid the aisle, right? We all know, normally what you want to do is, or what they say is, on the outside border of the grocery store is where you should stay. When you start going up and down the aisles, we start to impulse buy, we start to spend more money than we need to. If anybody's been to Costco, you know what that's like. So go into your grocery store with a plan. That'll prevent you from going down the danger aisle, making bad decisions, and or just stocking your kitchen up with things you don't need, and that although you have strong willpower and believe you can resist it now, in that weak moment, it's there and we're gonna give in. So to help prevent that, okay? So those are the top 10 foods that I would personally avoid if you are trying to speed up your weight loss and just make it easier for you and just start to see it budge, right? My name is Coach Maddie again. I've been on my own weight loss journey. I have lost 70 pounds, and every day I help women across the world do the same thing, lose weight, reclaim their body, reclaim their health. And if you are interested in getting unstuck, in losing weight, on learning more about the Fit Queen way of losing weight, and the Fit Queen lifestyle, click the link below in the description. It is a program that I've specifically built out to kickstart your results. It is all the tips and tricks that I have used along my journey and that I help my Fit Queen community use. And I will see you next time.